Thank you. I have been trying to record this video. I've been planning to record this video for maybe this whole week, and it's Friday and I finally get to do it, and hopefully this video should be out tomorrow. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nyeke. If you're new here, hi. I like to talk about whatever I want, and that usually includes sharing life advice / life experiences, journaling, and whatever I feel like sharing when I wake up on that particular day. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking this video, especially if you are a journal enthusiast, because I love you guys. I love you in a special way. If you are interested in journal stuff, we have been doing the most over at Just Her Journals, where we share journaling nuggets, and I shared last week my stationery and a little bit of helpful pointers on how to share to do stationery, I guess. And we are going to have, I guess, lives. I quite enjoyed recording that live, and we're going to have more lives, and we are just about to delve into lettering, and I share with you some useful resources and how I practice my lettering and how I'm trying to get better at it. So if that is the kind of content that tickles your fancy, well, you can follow Instagram, Just Her Journals, and that's where we hang out for the whole week. So today we are going to set up for the month of May. This is really, it's a week late, and we are working backwards to getting it to not be a week late. And I just want to share with you the process that I used to come up with my journal theme for the month of May, and also share some inspo that you can use for June, July, August, or whichever month you think you can use this for. So this month's setup was inspired by Shader. So there's a YouTuber called Shader Tombow, and she's an artist, and she does this beautiful flower illustrations, especially flower illustrations, and I've been trying my hand on those and trying to see how I can do that and learn how to illustrate flowers. And so I took my practice to my theme, which is what we're going to delve into today. So let's get into it. So for the introduction page, I decided to do a Dutch door. I've never done a Dutch door before, so this was kind of new. It was interesting. I remember I did the pencil illustration, and then I stayed with the setup for about 2 weeks before I actually inked it, because I was really nervous. You see, the thing about inking is you can't go back, and well, when I started, I realized it's kind of easy to hide and to shade over mistakes, but you really can't go back once you start inking. So I was a little bit nervous, but I finally got around to doing it, and this is what I came up with. So I started with a flower. I don't know what this flower is called. Quite frankly, I'm not too keen on flowers. I think flowers are nice, but I'm not too keen on them, and I just wanted to practice this kind of illustration. So I decided to go with this 5 petaled flowers and just show them in different angles and views, and a few of buds as well in there. And I was really practicing. The aim of this exercise was to practice shading and to practice shading with a pen, basically. So I kind of went in with the beginning illustration. I started with the petals, and then I went in with the leaves, and then I shaded in the branch as well, and deciding which branch goes where, and just bringing the whole it's not a bouquet, it's like the whole branch together really well. And then I decided to go in now with the shading. So I was just trying to give the leaves a little bit of texture, a little bit of shadows, and I actually like how it turned out. I did feel like I overshaded a little bit, but B thinks it's gold, so I'll take it. And that's how it turned out. So I finished off by writing May and then cut out the flower illustration so that I could create a really cool Dutch door that I was going to then use for my little fun cover page. So next I did the golds page. So I changed. So usually my golds is like my 4th or 5th spread, but this time I decided to do it as my 2nd page. So I wanted to create a cohesiveness between the first page and my golds page. So I started by writing golds and putting prompt for where I'm going to write my goals, and I also did a focus thing. So I've been doing goals differently, but I wanted to switch up and see how this takes me. And I also continued with the flower theme because I decided to go monochrome and to just experiment with doing different kinds of flowers, different kinds of shading, and just how I just enjoy really how it turned out. I finished off with May down there. So technically when you are seeing the cover page, and because it's a Dutch door, you get to see May and the little calendar down there, which I made a mistake in and I had to finish off camera, but it's really cohesive. I also added this little stickers that I got from Ika's craft box. They're little tiny circle stickers. I love how they just complement the page, and they act as a really good divider. So next I did my quote page. So I went back to do my quote page and I decided to add some little color. So I was trying to practice how to do a wreath of flowers, and the colors that I picked really stood out. I'm not sure that they blended really well. I like how it turned out, but I feel like I could use a little bit more cohesive colors. So my quote for the month is believe in your ability, because I want to believe in my ability. And it's a kind of good reminder to keep to yourself, where you keep telling yourself that you can do it, you're capable and you're able to do it, and you need to remind yourself that. I tend to forget, so putting it in writing is one of the ways to really believe in your ability, to remind yourself to believe in your ability. want to say that I skipped my whole calendar page, and the reason is when I was recording I kind of forgot to press record, and by the time I was remembering I had finished the whole calendar spread. So you'll have to see the pictures when I post them on Just Her Journals, which is a good reason to follow me. But it came out really well, and I'm going to show you in the flip through. So next we have our mood tracker. I also changed that. So usually I have really small tiny spaces or elements of one big thing that I usually want to shade, but this time I just decided to go with a simple box design because I feel like it was really well fitting with the whole monochrome look. And as usual, my five moods that I always use. So I went with a 6x5. If you want to know the dimension, there are 3 boxes by 3 boxes, and it is a 6x5 with an extra day because it's 31 days. And I gave it a little element of shadow just to make it pop out of the page a lot more. I did an illustration of flowers as well, which is technically what I started with. A little illustration of flowers, as I have been doing, the simple 5-petal flower, and I was just really getting better as I was practicing on the flower thing. Then I went to the habit tracker. I've really fallen in love with my 6 habit tracker, and I have been enjoying doing this. Writing the tasks every single time, like writing the dates every single time, is a little bit tedious, but I really like how it usually looks and how it just aesthetically comes together. It really makes me happy. I also use the little tiny dot washi tape. I'm in love. I'm just in love with it. And I did a little illustration of flowers that just brings this page in harmony with the rest of the theme that we've been trying to do. Then I have my gratitude log, which is a page that does not miss at all. I went with the usual gratitude page, giving it a little shadow to make it pop out, and using my dotted washi tape. And I also tried to create an illusion of a flower behind my gratitude page. So I like to create that, and I think it turned out really, really well. I included pieces of washi tape as well, my geometric washi tape. I mentioned it in my setup video. Is something I really, really, really love, and I like how it just complements the page. So next is my brain dump. Last month I didn't have one, but I decided to bring it back, mostly because I also wanted to practice how to do this kind of different view of the flower that we have been doing. And in the beginning I didn't think it would actually turn out, but it really, really turned out really, really well. So I just went to the little illustration of the flower. The monochrome is really working well. I'm even tempted to just stick to monochrome, guys. I don't know. We have to see June to see how that turns out. But I ended up filling the page, and I was like, do I have space for a brain dump anymore? I don't know, but I can just draw other pages and have a different brain dump, no? Yeah. So I really just like how it turned out. I could even just use it as a core page at this point, because the flower just takes center stage, and I can just write beautiful things that I think around it and then create a different brain dump. But we're gonna see about that. You need to follow Just Her Journals. my final spread is my weekly spread, and I went with a very simple page. In my very early bullet journaling days, which I think it was February 2020, this is how I used to arrange my weekly spread. It was very abstract and very simple, and just the fact that I saw it come back to life now with a better illustration is so nostalgic for me. So I decided to just space my 2 pages that were weekly spreads and divide them sort of equally, and then assign different days and different tasks to different corners of the page, and then bring it together by having a little flower illustration at the end. And I really like how it turned out. In fact, I'm going to stop talking and just let you enjoy the whole sketching process. Anyway, so that's my setup. It was pretty, it was labor intensive and it took quite a bit of time, but it's pretty simple. And again, I like to try and vary my spreads and try and show you guys that you can come up with literally anything. You can use your journal anyhow you decide. And I hope that this is another to your addition to your inspo, that you're going to enjoy journaling. And just journal. It doesn't matter how your journal technically looks like. You can journal on your own terms at all. Now here is a little flip through of the whole month and just how everything came together and how everything continues to come together. As usual, we set up our weekly spreads up on Just Her Journals. I share reels about them. I'm thinking of starting to do live so that we can set up together. I can show you things that you can do, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. For now, it's a bye from me.